My husband smiled at me that morning in a new suit, polished shoes, and a confidence that screamed victory. "Today is my best day," he whispered right next to my ear. "I'm taking everything from you." And the woman on his arm, she smirked like she already owned my life. But what they didn't know was that I wasn't coming to this courtroom with tears. I came with proof, patience, and a plan. If you've ever been underestimated, replaced, or treated like your existence doesn't matter, this story is yours. Stay with me till the end, because the final moment turns his best day into a nightmare he never saw coming. I'm Dorothy, and this is my story. Welcome to the truth. The morning of the hearing, my legs felt like they were carved from stone. My chest was tight. 28 years of marriage, condensed into a single doorway, a single hallway, and a man who thought he already won. I remember walking toward the courthouse, each step heavier than the last. Not because I was afraid, but because betrayal has a weight all its own. He leaned in close, smiled, and whispered again, "I'm taking everything from you." At that moment, I felt a spark of clarity. I wasn't powerless. I had spent months preparing, collecting receipts, building a paper trail, watching quietly while he underestimated me, while he believed his lies would remain untold. I met him young, hopeful, when we were scraping by in a tiny rented apartment. I believed in teamwork, love, loyalty. I cooked, I cleaned, I kept the books. I was the backbone of everything we built. And somewhere along the way, he stopped seeing me as a partner. He started seeing me as furniture, something useful, something he could replace without missing a beat. It started with small things: arriving home late, cologne that wasn't mine, hidden messages, mysterious phone habits. I told myself it was nothing. Marriage has seasons, right? But then a bank notice arrived. Discrepancies in the accounts. A chill ran through me. And when I confronted him, he snapped. He didn't even hide it. This was no accident. This was a man who had decided to erase me from my own life. Instead of screaming, I listened. I observed. I documented. Late nights in the kitchen, silently copying statements, notes, dates, receipts, like breadcrumbs leading to the truth. Every suspicious withdrawal, every hotel receipt, every dinner he claimed was business. I cataloged it. I went to lawyers. I asked questions. And finally, I had the folder thick, undeniable, and ready. My lawyer looked at me, calm, steady, and whispered, "Did you do exactly what I told you?" I nodded, and she said, "Good. This show starts now." That moment, my fear transformed into something stronger than anger. It became poised, precise, unstoppable clarity. We entered the courtroom. The air felt thick, almost sacred. My husband sat there, confident, his mistress smiling beside him, convinced victory was in their pocket. The proceedings began. His lawyer presented me as a dependent, a silent figure in his story. But I didn't react because I had prepared. Every number, every document, every signed paper spoke louder than any argument. Bank statements, receipts, emails, ledger entries. One by one, the evidence dismantled the empire he thought he owned alone. I watched him shrink, imperceptibly, as my life, my contributions, my decades of work were laid bare. Even his mistress stopped smiling when the receipts arrived. The proof didn't argue. It existed, and it was irrefutable. The judge asked questions. Calm, direct. His confidence crumbled like sand. Every attempt to explain his spending, his choices, his so-called victory fell apart. And then, the final blow. My name on the business papers. Half the shares. Evidence that I had built as much as he had claimed. For the first time, he realized he didn't win. Silence filled the room, and I felt victorious, not gloating, Not cruel, but seen, validated, unbreakable dot outside the courtroom. He glared. His smirk was gone. His arrogance. Evaporated dot and me? I walked to my car tired, sore, but taller than I had felt in decades. I didn't just survive betrayal. I reclaimed my life, my dignity, my story, because sometimes the loudest revenge isn't shouting. It's letting the truth speak in a room where lies cannot hide. If you've ever been underestimated or felt invisible, remember this: you have power you haven't seen yet. Comment below. Who in your life underestimated you? Tell me your story. Like if you believe in justice, even when it's quiet. Subscribe to hear more stories where truth prevails and strength is quietly unstoppable.